and I threw out some frozen bread and cakes that I got like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. And for these turkeys, they're having, so they ate themselves. They ate all the apples off the trees, and so they're just coming back and they're just having a good time with the free lunch, their afternoon delivery of food. I want to see if maybe there's something else. But I got half the stuff in the house, but I got quite a bit of stuff here. And some, I got some ground pork, some frozen cooked diced chicken, and then there are some of these fruit cups, apricot fruit. I got like 6 of these, and 6 of these low-fat fruity yogurt things. I'm gonna put a couple in the freezer to make it like frozen yogurt. I got one thing of frozen vegetables, a loaf of frozen bread, some hot dog buns, and these came from the food bank a few weeks back, dried pitted plums. And then there are some pies there. I don't know if we're gonna, I think Mama didn't like those pies very well. I might go toss them out for the turkeys too. I don't know, maybe not. And then this is something I got from the food bank too. A thin pizza crust and a whole bag of frozen strawberries. I got this from the food bank too. And let me see, what else did I get? I got some steaks. Yeah, I got some beef steaks and some ice cream and some ice cream. The butter came from Costco, and my aunt brought that stuff. And these tortillas here came from the food bank, and these big giant 5-pound blocks of collard greens. And I got these sour grape from the food bank too, and these were pretty good. I got these like right before Thanksgiving. They're very tasty. Nuts, all kinds of nuts. Why do you feel bad for me? You're just trying to make your monies last longer. So, we go to the food bank, and I take care of my mama. She's 85, and so the budgets are really limited, and the monies are limited, and the electricity bills like $400 a month. Welcome, Sheriff Chavez. I live in rural America. The food bank is actually the nearest place to buy, groceries. Welcome. So the nearest grocery store from where I live is like 50 miles. Is a 50-mile drive, and then the food bank was like 15 miles away at a tribal center. But here are these wild turkeys. They're feasting on bread and bread from the food bank, some gluten-free bread. It's thawing out, and then there's like some cakes and some things like that. We'll go out to the car. I can't go. Oh, I better not go. I'm disturbing them. They're leaving now. They're leaving. And we want them to stay. So I'll just not go out the door there. I want them to stay a little longer and eat their daily bread. It's like manna falling down from the sky for them. And so these are wild turkeys. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is all of them. This is the males and the females. And when they're separate and they come in, the males start fighting each other. There's 4 males and and 11 females. And the females are really peaceful for the most part. Occasionally, I've seen them, you know, uh, uh, trying to keep a bagel and running around with a bagel in their mouth. But it's kind of funny. Really enjoy watching these creatures because it really kind of teaches you a lot about. Because they're social, and there's a they tend to order their societies in a natural form of a democracy. And so those ones down there have started to go away. And so these stragglers will eventually decide that they need to move on and join the rest of them. But then maybe those other ones might come back because they see the danger is over. And oh man, there's food. There's plenty of food, and this food here gets them lots of energy because bread is full of carbohydrates. And I mean, shit, when I eat that stuff, it really spikes my blood sugar out. Okay, those are Easton. Those are wild turkeys. They are free. They live here in the valley and fighting over the food down there a little bit. That bagel, they really want that bagel. Look at them going after that bagel. Even though there's these other bagels up here, they're a little bit, they're not all that smart, but they have a lot of like field smarts, real field, because occasionally there'll be like some smart one that'll jump up into a tree, and I've seen them jump up into trees and eat apples off of trees and knock apples down for everyone else to eat. And there again, that one found something good out there. Bread. Yeah, I enjoy watching these creatures. They're really fun. They're fun to watch. There was a bird up in that tree, but we're just kind of watching this through a window. If I open up the door, they're just going to run away. So we would just they'll stay here just a few more minutes, and then I'll go finish putting the food away that I got from the food bank. I might just prop the phone up. I might do that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the rest of the stuff that I got from the food bank. Which I got quite a bit more stuff. A lot of... I usually get the junk food all from the food bank, maybe some cakes and some things like that. I got a quiche that I need to go put into the freezer. I got a quiche from the food bank. So this is something else I got from the food bank, and so let's just put the phone down so that... Can I prop it up? Did that work? No. Of course that won't work. Sorry about that. I can't do this. Oh yeah, got that. This is something I got from the food bank. A big giant bag of toasted oats. Toasted oats. You know what? I'm just going to set you down here by the fire. You can go watch the fire for a little bit. I'm just talking to people out there in the world. I'm narrating my time right now. I'm going to take this and unshake the fire. Oh. There you go. Go look at the fire for a while I put the quiche in the oven. Oh. Come on. It's not... There we go. Fire TV. I'll be right back. The turkeys really like the bagels and yeah, they like the bagels and they like they just had a heyday with those freezer burnt angel food cakes. Wait, I better watch. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to be bringing back, and I want to show you the rest of the stuff I got from the food bank. I'm going to go through the front door because they're all in the back there eating. Yeah. They were really peaceful today, too. It was like they weren't fighting either, so that was kind of nice. Yeah, they got the rest of the stuff from the food bank now. The dinner, the lunch is in the oven. They're still eating their cakes. Yeah, they're sweet too. All right. All right, I'm back. I know that none of you are here because let's just prop this up. This is the rest of the stuff I got from the food bank. So I got a whole big bag of grapes for somebody whose blood sugar is lower than mine. I have and then I got these 2 heads of lettuce. Now these are the other things I got. This is cooking oil. I use this actually to start the fire. I got some more of them right down over here. So let's just turn the light on into my pantry. Things, things gotten from the food bank in the past or from Safeway. And then some more quick oats. It's good for making cereals with, but they last a long time. And put these over here with their brothers and sisters. What's this? It is evaporated milk. Something else from the food bank. Now this is, since I am diabetic, I got these things here from the food bank, and simply because, or I'm almost diabetic, is that this has less sugar in it than a slice of bread. So that's good. It's good to have, you don't have to go to the store and buy stuff like this, but I got this today from the food bank. Now we come over here, look over here, some other things. Some Biscuit. This is what I got from some baking mix from the food bank. Because how high prices are in today's grocery stores. The new administration promised lower grocery prices a year ago or so, and they promised all that, but this is our promises. So in order to make the dollar stretch, we go to the food bank. So these are some other things I got. Now one of the finds that I got was Nally's Original Chili. This stuff is great, especially you mix it with like some Tabasco sauce or something like that. I got to make crackers. I'm going to make crackers. Maybe not today, but yeah, maybe today. And I got this ramen. I got some junk food. Has more sugar in it than than cakes and so forth. I like to have this occasionally. It's like a snack. Kind of reminiscent of, that one fell away. Reminiscent of my childhood, having childhood foods. Fruit cups, a cupcake. You don't really need that stuff, but you know what? Hey, this ain't your tax dollars. For all those people who are concerned about food stamps and their tax dollars going for junk food, well, this isn't your tax dollars going for this junk food. Actually, what this is, a lot of this stuff was paid for through monies collected at an indigenous casino. And indigenous casinos are tax collection stations where people like me, or me in the past, and other people go redistribute about 70% of the dollar in taxation to a tribal casino. And so they take those monies and they do other things with the monies that they collect from folks like you and me, maybe. I'm speaking alone. Yeah, that's right. I'm speaking alone. Well, that's because I interrupted the stream in order to bring more stuff in from the car, because this was food bank day. And so these are just things that I got from the food bank. Random stuff. There's always like a lot of random stuff. I'm not really much into uh, salad dressings, but look, this is also something else. These are the things I buy, but they're kind of nice cheese and cracker things. That processed cheese and those highly processed crackers. Those are like really, really tasty. Yeah, junk food, that's right. Getting junk food. And you know, it was not a single one of your tax dollars went into buying this junk food. So for you guys out there who are concerned about tax dollars being spent on junk food for food stamps, well, there's not a single penny of your tax dollars that went into the purchase of this. I did get some natural foods. What I got for natural foods was this head lettuce. And I got some eggs. But this is, and I got some beans. I got this. 2 heads of lettuce. Yeah, so this is the kind of foods you get from food banks. Yes, exactly. Poor people in America get this kind of food from the food banks. This is a natural form. You get, you know, a 10-day-old cake. Easy on the stomach, yeah. I got some juice. And it's actually great. It's great for people like me who are diabetic. It's great for diabetic people to get stuff like this. You know, it doesn't impact your blood sugar at all, you know. Anyways, this is what poor people in America get. So you're looking at a poor person in America. But I like this. This is like this and those gummy worms. That's like a prize, you know. Junk food. And this, look at this. This is also another prize. Ramen. Good for you, right? You know, the whole Americans are eating lots of ramen. You know, it's great for your blood sugar. You know. This is why you eat this, lemon in Brazil. And welcome from Brazil. I'm on the West Coast. Oh, we got this. Is this good? This is refried beans. These are seasoned refried beans. I'm gonna have tacos tonight from food that I got from the food bank. Poor people in America. This is what they eat. All right. I think that's probably enough. Are the turkeys still here? I think the turkeys left. Yeah, they moved on. Yeah. Beans, eat from the ground. Yeah, I got beans. I got, I did show in the earlier part of this video, I did get some meat. Some things that go in the freezer. So the other things that I got, and I already kind of displayed this. This is frozen cooked chicken. This is bear meat. I got some vegetables. 2 heads of lettuce and vegetables. I got some hot dog buns. I got this pound of ground pork. Got some ice cream. Some yogurt that I'm freezing up. Let's see what else. We're going to put some stuff in here. I'm going to put this cheesecake here. You know, all good for diabetics. Let's just set this down like that. Where's the rest of the goodies? Oh yeah, here we go. Cornbread, good for your blood sugar. Cheesecake, and a chocolate cupcake. All good things for you from the food bank. That's what you get from the food bank for the poor people in America. Let's see, anything else for the freezer? Nope. But I also got these things from the food bank. So I got those from the food bank. Got these plums from the food bank. Big bag of walnuts. All right. Since there's nobody here and this is really boring, you eat beans from the ground. I'm just gonna call it for now. We'll see you the next time. Bye bye.